Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Fijian government, I extend a very warm welcome and a mula vinaka to you all. Thank you for coming tonight for us to commemorate together the World Day for Safety and Health at Work. A very special welcome to our special guest on this auspicious occasion, the Honourable Minister for Labour and Industrial Relations from the Government of the Independent State of Papua New Guinea, the Honourable Benjamin Popanao, your Permanent Secretary for Labour, Mr. George Vasso, and the delegation from Papua New Guinea. Special greeting to His Excellency, the Acting Papua New Guinea High Commissioner to Fiji, Mr. Yu Minimbi. Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the UN family, the Director ILO, Mr. David Lamont, representatives of the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation and the Fiji Trade Union Congress, representatives of government departments here represented, invited guests, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Sambula Vinaka, good evening, namaste, and salam alaikum. Today is World Day for Safety and Health at Work, and it is an international annual campaign to promote safe, healthy, and decent work for all. The signing of the MOU tonight between the two governments of Papua New Guinea and Fiji could not be done at a more opportune time, immediately after the World Day commemoration for safety and health at work. It is also a day in which the world's workers and trade unions have long associated with commemorating the victims of occupational injuries and fatalities. And I'm glad that we started off tonight's ceremony with a minute's silence to commemorate the memories of those who had died at work. Let us not forget them and their families for their commitments and sacrifices. Let us always strive to prevent these workplace accidents which inevitably result in injuries and sometimes death, and the signing of the MOU tonight between our two governments is a fitting commitment to help achieve an outcome of a safe workplace for all our people. I noted that this year's celebration program of the World Day for Safety and Health at Work will involve the presentation of occupational health and safety awards on the various categories assessed by the awards team towards the promotion of OHS excellence. I have been advised that it was a great success. Congratulations to all. And I urge the tripartite partners to continue to use this soft power approach, in inverted commas, to effectively promote a preventive OHS culture in all workplaces. On that note, I would like to acknowledge and thank all who had participated in this most meaningful initiative around Fiji, and all of you who are here tonight for making this day more meaningful and a memorable one for all of us. Before I proceed to the next phase of the World Day for Safety and Health at Work program tonight, I would like to acknowledge and commend the international world body, the ILO, International Labour Organization, for its continuing efforts in promoting World OHS Day. As part of its labour market reform, the Fijian government is fully committed to the global agenda of fair globalization, which includes the promotion and maintenance of improved and safe workplaces. In this regard, it has consistently pursued a total overhaul reform and modernization program of all its labour market values, policies, laws, institutions, and practices along the four strategic objectives committed under the 2008 ILO Declaration for Social Justice towards a fair globalization, namely fundamental principles and rights at work, social dialogue, social protection, employment and growth. The visionary and strategic positioning of Fiji's labour market reform, together with the implementation of the recently signed tripartite agreement in Geneva on the 25th of March last month, will effectively address our decent work deficits and facilitate the fulfillment of our UN Millennium Development Goals in a sustainable manner. Fiji's labor reform was initiated in the social protection arena of occupational health and safety, OHS. I note that the ILO and the PMG call it OSH, which is the same thing. Our OHS reform was successfully launched in the 1990s. It resulted in the repeal of the outdated Factories Act and subsidiary legislations, and the promulgation of the modern and globalized OHS legislations in 1996 and 97, together with the establishment of the National OHS Service, the 2nd of January 1998, to implement the new OHS laws until the present time. As a result of our successful OHS reform that is based on an equitable self-regulation paradigm, the annual workplace accident rates in Fiji have been steadily declining by 3% to 7% per annum for the last 17 years since 1998, putting Fiji on par with the rest or the best OHS performing countries in the world. At this junction, I wish to congratulate all Fiji's tripartite partners for their sterling commitments in achieving these commendable results. I urge all of you to continue to promote the OHS preventive culture and wellness programs in our workplaces in order to save more lives, prevent workplace injuries, and improve the quality of working lives for all our people. The successful lessons from Fiji's OHS reform, including other international best practices, have been shared with our PNG counterparts through the South-South cooperation under the original MOU that was signed on the 28th of April 2011, including the first MOU extension of the 27th of April 2012, the second MOU extension of the 2nd of May 2013, and the third MOU extension of the 3rd of May last year. I'm very pleased to note that during this period, the first draft of the PNG OSH Reform Bill of 2011 was further developed and refined after extensive consultations with PNG's tripartite partners and other stakeholders, including the PNG State Solicitor, to produce the latest sixth draft PNG OSH Bill of the 31st of March this year. I have been advised that this bill is ready for endorsement by the PNG National Executive Council before it is tabled to the PNG Parliament in the 3rd quarter of this year. I thank Almighty God for His divine assistance for the team to be able to do this work. It involved a lot of hard work, I can assure you that. We're all excited and we look forward with anticipation to see the successful passage of the bill in the Papua New Guinea government. I'm very pleased to note that this bill has also domesticated at least 13 modern ILO conventions of the OHS, which is a very significant step for OHS reforms in PNG. This places the PNG OHS Bill 2015 at a very high international pedestal that will be duly recognized globally due to its progressiveness. By having this new OHS Bill ready to become law this year at the start of an accelerated economic growth, the Papua New Guinea government has acted honorably to protect the safety, the health and welfare of all Papua New Guinean workers and foreign workers from exploitative local and foreign companies that operate in PNG. The signing of the 4th MOU extension between Fiji and Papua New Guinea tonight signifies the very strong spirit of regional cooperation and aspirations between the governments and the peoples of our two countries. Together we will ensure that PNG's policies, its laws, its values, institutions and practice on OHS are modernized to adequately provide the people and workplaces of PNG the much needed social protection in terms of a better OHS standard underpinned by a stronger OHS inspectorate. I wish to reiterate the Fijian government's strong commitment to continue to provide the necessary technical expertise to achieve these desired outcomes as committed in the original MOU and endorsed by the Fijian Cabinet on the 5th of April 2011. The Honourable Prime Minister of Fiji, Rear Admiral Waranga Bainimarama, has made his government's full commitment during the last MSG Leaders Summit to provide assistance to Papua New Guinea, and the signing today forms part of this continuing bilateral cooperation between the two MSG nations. The Fijian government fully appreciates the urgent need to get the OHS reform in Papua New Guinea up and running, noting that the massive US $20 billion ExxonMobil's PNG LNG project has come online and it has delivered its first LNG cargo last year. Fiji's commitment is reflected in the incorporation of the PNG OHS reform project in the Fiji Ministry of Employment, Productivity, Industrial Relations corporate plans in the last 4 years since 2011, including this year. And this will continue until we have completed our MOU commitments to achieve the desired and best results for the government and the people of Papua New Guinea. Under this fourth MOU extension, the Fijian Ministry of Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations commits to continue to undertake PNG's occupational safety and health reforms with the PNG Department of Labour in 3 phases. Between May of this year until May next year. Phase 1 involves the facilitation in the passage of the OHS bill within the PNG government, while Phase 2 involves the organizational setup of OHS program through technical assistance from the Fijian government with the cooperation of the PNG government. Phase 3 involves capacity building of the PNG OHS Inspectorate on the new OHS management system, including the implementation process of the new OHS bill. The signing of the MOU tonight has fulfilled the wishes of our 2 leaders. However, the real challenge before us is to ensure that the PNG OHS bill becomes law this year, and to ensure that the modern OHS law is effectively implemented to ensure better OHS standards through preventive OHS practices in workplaces to boost decent work in PNG. Before I conclude, please allow me the opportunity to congratulate and extend my sincere appreciation to all parties concerned, both in PNG and in Fiji, for your commitments and hard work in the successful implementation of the original MOU of 2011, including the 3 extensions up until now, particularly in ensuring that the commitments under this 4th MOU extension signed tonight are going to be delivered on time to the people of Papua New Guinea. May I remind you all that the key outcome of this MOU and the World Day for Safety and Health at Work is the prevention and reduction of workplace fatalities, injuries, diseases, and the improvement in the quality of our working lives with increased productivity in PNG and Fiji. This will also contribute to the reduction of our decent work deficit in the Pacific through our collective commitments under the 2010 Port Vila Statement and the Pacific Decent Work Action Plan. My heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, Honourable Minister, and your Secretary for Labour, and the members of your delegation for your continuing commitment, travelling all the way from Papua New Guinea to be with us tonight. May God bless you and the government and people of Papua New Guinea. May God bless this country. Nasa Waleu Dhanavad. And thank you all.
Thank you, Secretary. Honorable Georgie Conreti, Minister for Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations of Fiji. Mr. David Lamont, Director of ILO, Office of the Pacific Island Countries. His Excellency, Mr. Yu Minimbi, Acting PNGI Commissioner to Fiji. Mr. Hosea Kaswaru, Acting Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations of Fiji. Senior officials from other state agencies in Fiji, particularly the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Corporations, employees and workers, representatives of Fiji, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. From the outset, I wish to express on behalf of the government of Papua New Guinea, its ministry, the Department of Labour and Industrial Relations, and the people of Papua New Guinea, our most sincere and deepest appreciation to the government of the Republic of Fiji, its Ministry of Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations, and the people of Fiji for once again extending to my delegation your famous, friendly warm welcome and hospitality and the usual kind courtesies as you host us during our stay here for this occasion on signing of the 4th MOU extension on OST technical cooperation. We have gathered here this evening to participate in and witness the signing of the 4th MOU extension to facilitate cooperation between our two countries in the area of occupational safety and health. Whilst this may appear to be a small event, its ramifications are quite significant and huge indeed in enhancing growth and prosperity for our two countries. The signing of this MOU extension on OST technical cooperation between our two countries on this World Day for Safety and Health at Work Day gives meaning on the efforts placed by ILO in promoting the World Day on Occupational Safety and Health at Work. It also signifies the important roles that the ILO has facilitated for governments, employers, and workers to actively participate in securing a safe and healthy working environment through a system of defined rights, duties, and responsibilities to build and enhance a culture of prevention on occupational safety and health at workplaces. The ILO has declared April 28 every year as the World Day for Safety and Health at Work to promote the prevention of occupational accidents and diseases globally through raising awareness intended to focus international attention on emerging trends and the magnitude of work-related injuries, diseases, and fatalities worldwide. Papua New Guinea and Fiji have promoted and taken this to another level by engaging in bilateral relations, wherein the Ministry of Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations of Fiji, with its effective and modern approaches, will be able to assist and apply the relevant OST management systems to improve Papua New Guinea's legislation, systems, and practices to promote the prevention of occupational accidents and diseases. Not only does this MOU extension further enhance the existing cordial bilateral relations that our two countries have always enjoyed, it particularly signifies that the countries of the Pacific Islands and MSG need not look too far to seek and solicit much needed assistance and support in any given field. A classic case of South-South cooperation. The signing of the MOU extension also complements the ongoing dialogue and cooperation between the MSG countries in various areas, including crime, customs, extradition, immigration, biodiversity, fisheries, surveillance and monitoring, labor mobility, and others. Papua New Guinea's existing legislations in the field of occupational safety and health and its related areas were adopted during colonial era when Papua New Guinea was administered by Australia. Therefore, today, these legislations are obsolete and outdated, as they do not suit the modern and ever-changing working environment and workplace practices in Papua New Guinea. A lot of issues and concerns now surface in Papua New Guinea as the country undergoes unprecedented increases in economic activities. Hence, the task that the Ministry and Department of Labour and Industrial Relations and their stakeholders face in addressing the occupational safety and health and other workplace issues are indeed challenging. Therefore, Minister, the timely intervention and continued gesture by the government of Fiji through your ministry to positively respond to my ministry and department's request for your continued assistance to facilitate with the ongoing consultation process, and therefore to sign this fourth MOU extension today is one for which the government and people of Papua New Guinea are extremely grateful. Through the signing of the fourth MOU extension, we embrace and enhance the special relations and bonds that exist between our two countries and people. We have showed what it means for a brother to lead a helping hand to another brother when assistance is needed. We will witness the notable principles and values of Melanesian brotherhood and solidarity at work today. Indeed, it is a moment like this that makes us proud to be Melanesians. Honorable Minister, I wish to further express appreciation to your ministry's inclusion of this partnership between Papua New Guinea and Fiji in its 2014 and 2015 annual corporate plan. Through this inclusive arrangement, we are indeed pleased with the assistance provided by your ministry that enabled the conclusion of the review of the draft Occupational Safety and Health Bill 2015. We now await the issuance of the certificate of necessity from our State Solicitor's Office to progress the bill to our National Executive Council, then on to Parliament for enactment. Let us note our close affiliations with the ILO, which made the progression of the process of establishing dialogue and consultation between our two governments, which subsequently led to the signing of the initial MOU in 2011. As the guiding global agency for decent and productive work at the workplaces, the impetus placed on making the MOU realistic is attributed to the ILO's agenda for change in the world of work, to which our countries are signatories to through the implementation of our national decent work country programs. This bilateral partnership and cooperation should be seen as a way forward, an example for other countries in the region to follow suit in implementing the Decent Work Action Plan for Pacific Island countries, which was endorsed in Port Vila in 2010 by the Pacific Island countries' labor ministries. In conclusion, I join you in commending our two sets of labor ministry and department officials for their continued hard work in facilitating consultations, negotiations, and arrangements to enable the signing of the previous and this fourth OS MOU extension today. Accordingly, I call on our officials to continue to collaborate and cooperate positively in this important area of occupational safety and health, with close consultations with the important stakeholders like the ILO and the social partners to enable better working environments and conditions for our people and the overall growth and development of our respective countries. With that, I thank you all.
He's on the way from Cuba. Yeah. On the airplane. Just what I give. There we go.